Hello, George. It's great to have you in this introduction video. And
Hi, Otto.
great to have you. It's nice that we can announce that we're going to do like a mini webinar, a
Definitely.
masterclass about analyzing UK property for Dutch
Yeah,
investors. And you're kind of a specialist in this. You're working together with Kopen in England for a lot of
yeah,
time.
look,
Investors are really happy with your knowledge, with your deals, with your network.
yeah.
We are really happy that you're going to do this
Look,
mini webinar with us. It's going to take place. Let's start with that. Then people can already write it in their agendas. Thursday,
yes,
2nd of October in the
yeah,
evening. Of course, we're going to place a link under this video. People need to be part of the community of Kopen in England. But the good part about this, and Dutch people always like this, George, you know them already, it's for
yes.
free. So, everyone that likes to hear more about analyzing UK property, we're going to do
Yeah,
a short, briefly introduction of it in this video. But people would like to learn more about this from you and
yeah.
from the Kopen in England community are really, open
Thank you
to
very
come into their in our mini webinar. Before we
much.
start, George, can you introduce who you are? And
Yes, I'm George Backer, and I'm from the northeast of England. I represent Midas Property Investment, and I've been a broker for over 25 years, sourcing direct to vendor deals, renovations, and management. It's basically I do the full lot.
yeah, it's great that you have a big network so you can solve all kind of problems.
Yeah,
But where we're diving into right now, and in the mini webinar that we're going to do on this Thursday, is how to analyze UK property as a Dutch investor. You have a lot of experience with the Dutch investors, so you know how they look at the properties. But you said, yeah, there's many things that people don't look at. I mean, they look at of course, they look at the cash flow, they look
yeah.
at the price that you buy it and the market value. These things are quite normal and even understandable for a Dutch investor when they are investing in the Netherlands. But there are also things that's more difficult for us.
Yeah. Well, what I first normally do, Jacko, is when a seller has approached me, rings me up, George, I'm looking to sell my property. My job first is what is that property currently? What's a market appraisal on it? What renovations does it require? And I'll work it backwards. So when I'm doing the viewing, I'll check what need works need doing. I'll make an offer, and for me, it's got to produce a yield from anywhere from 9 to 11%. That's a yield that I normally work with. Bearing in mind, Jacko, I am a landlord myself, so I know what Dutch investors, UK investors are looking for, and if the property is no good for me, it's no good for my clients or investors. So I do get properties offered with yields of 13, 14, 15%, but I've walked away from them deals because in the long run, it poses more as a management company, the type of tenant you're going to get, there's crime there, properties boarded up. So I've reduced my yield to go into a better area. It's still a decent area, and it's still affordable, but there's more chances of better growth on that property. And this is where I've changed the model rather than just purely looking at the return element of it. Because what we've got to understand, property is not an overnight investment. It's a long-term strategy where it's to create generation wealth for ourselves, our children. So that's what my focus is on. Go for the better property, better area. Yes, I might get 2, 3% yield less, but I know I've got a safer investment.
Yeah. So for the long term, it's good, and also for your sleep, your nights, and you also have a good system that we know. But we're going to talk about this later about how to analyze the possible renter that's going to rent it. But
Yes.
maybe for now, you can give us just a small example of a deal that you've just been working on, and just tell people first how do you get deals because you're for 25 years in the market, so you have a good network. We can understand that, but what is the story about deals that you're getting? So that is first, and then maybe give us some examples about the way you analyze, and then why you think this is a good long-term strategy.
Yeah. So basically, how a deal comes to me, like you've mentioned, I have got a network. I've been selling and buying on the behalf of investors for a number of years. So a lot of my sellers are repeat, where they've got large portfolios and they need to release money to enter, basically fund their main business. So a lot of them will come back, and this is where I'll do my numbers and make sure that it stacks up. If it doesn't, if the figures don't stack up, I'll walk away from it. It's simple as that. And I've got to make sure that the area's decent. It's close to the town centre, and I've just got to make sure that it's a viable investment. That's so important.
Yeah. Can you give us an example of one of the latest deals that you make, and what were the thoughts that you had with this deal, and
Yeah.
why did you think, yes, this is a good one?
Yeah, I was offered a property by a seller for 48,000. It needed not a massive renovation, it was a £7,000 renovation, which took the outlay to the for the investor gross at 55,000. The property is worth 60 to 65, but the main thing is it was close to the town centre. It was producing 10% yield for the investor. And it was ticked all the boxes. It didn't have any structural issues. The neighborhood was nice. And when I drive down a neighborhood, what I'm looking for is the type of cars that are there. If there's houses that are boarded up, what type of tenants? Is there a mixture of people that own their property and rent? So these are the things that are crucial. Where if it's purely just a complete rental area, the values are going to be low. So I've got to make sure, and how I look at that, I'll know from the type of cars outside, the doors, the way the curtains are. So it's all these things that I look for, and and I'll walk around to the back of the yard. Have they got the bin out? Is the yard messy? If the yard is a little bit messy, I'll know it's a tenant property. If it's kept nice and clean, the garden's clean, I'll know it's been owned by somebody who owns a property. So I take all this in consideration when working my figures out.
Yeah, this is interesting. And are there also bigger movements along a neighborhood that makes you think like, oh, this is going to rise the price in the coming years? Things that you can look at.
Yeah, well, what's going on in the Northeast in this moment in time, Jacko? There's a shortage of good houses. There's a lot of renters out there that need houses. They can't afford mortgages, because the way the rates are, so they want to rent. So we're currently got a list of tenants, but not enough properties. So which is always good because that's what's driving the values of the prices up of the houses. So, I've always done standard buy to let over the last 20 years myself, and it's always worked. It's conventional and it produces money. I know there's companies out there that might do serviced accommodation, or they might do different type of investment. To start off with as an investor, stick to standard buy to let, get a few properties underneath your belt. Once you know the market, you're happy with it, then you can look at other strategies. But as for now, I think standard buy to let has always worked.
Yeah, let's stick to rule number one: don't lose money. And that's a great thing. So we're going to do it on what was it saying? Thursday, 2 October. We're gonna make a
Yep,
bigger webinar, mini webinar about how to
yep,
analyze property in the UK. You're gonna give more examples of where to look at, what
yep,
to look at, which
yep,
are the risks that you don't want to take.
yep,
And yeah, we're really looking forward for this UK cafe, and you will be in there. It's free for everyone as long as they join
yep,
the Kopen in Engeland community, which is free. And so we're giving away a lot of information for free. And of course, if you're interested in deals that George can provide you, or want to know more about how does he get them, how does he analyze them, you can also get a private call with George. Um, so if you
brilliant,
like that, he is open for that. Thanks
definitely.
for this short introduction, George. Any last words?
No, just thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to meet you all in next week. And yeah, any questions you've got, write them down, and I'd be happy to answer them the best I can.
Thanks a lot, and have a very good day. Good luck with
And
your father. Good luck with your
thank
family for today, and
God bless and take care.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.